The Lost Cryptids Conservatory, where we will shatter your reality to bring you closer to the truth.
All right, guys, welcome back to another live show from the Lost Cryptids. My host today is Chad himself, and our special guest is Sherri. She's a Lost Cryptids team member and has been to a number of things that we've done, and we're definitely glad to finally have her on. How are you doing, Sherri?
All right.
Okay, so I think
My
we have a
phone
little
isn't
bit of
working very well here.
a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. So, what got you started in your Bigfooting adventures and stuff? You know, what was the catalyst to get you finally in the woods?
In 2000, and I think it was like the winter of 2011, 2012, my daughter and I were riding road. It was like in the fall, and I lived in the woods. You have to live, and I was going slow because of the deer, and we're just looking outside, and there he was, standing there with his hand in a stump, and we're both like, "Did you see that?" And that was the start of it.
Wow. And how old were you guys and stuff?
Hi, Sherri.
Yeah, our other co-host today is Michelle. She's a Lost Cryptid member and a fantastic person to have. So real quick, how old were you and stuff? And then you said your family seen it or you seen it?
2000 and my daughter and I.
Okay. What did she think about it?
And we looked at each other and we like, "Did you see that?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then we went back and he was gone, and so was the stump. She pretends she doesn't believe because her husband don't.
Right.
But yeah,
right.
then we saw him. Then we saw eye shine once. It was in the woods. I backed out into the ditch in car, and as my digging me out in the woods, there's these two big old red eyes just staring at us, and my daughter's yelling. And from then on, she wouldn't go to her car without her. I had to walk her to her car every morning.
Wow.
Really scared her.
Well, I can imagine, especially not believing and being forced to.
Then, yeah. That winter, I have had a apple orchard, and you could hear running through the apple orchard. There had to be about maybe 3 feet of snow, and you could tell it was bipedal running house. And I didn't come back up for. I was scared. That's my story.
Very interesting. So
I can't hear any.
yeah, we're having a bit of delay, at least on my end. How did you get started going with other people and stuff?
Yeah, it's probably my phone. I could. I was at the Glenn County Fair, and Phil Shaw had a booth, and my daughter saw it, and they dragged me over there. Mom, Bigfoot. And I started talking to him, and he called me. I said, "You guys go out in the woods?" He goes, "Oh yeah, come on to a meeting," and that was that.
Wow,
So
that's interesting.
I was with
So,
the West
Bill
Branch
Shaw.
committee for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the West Branch.
Yeah, that was one of my first experiences going to all these
I can't hear anybody.
these conventions. Definitely interesting. Sherry's froze. Are you there, Sherry?
Oh, really?
There's
Yeah,
a major lag, just so you know. So when you're done talking, give a second, because you're finishing.
Yeah,
And
it's my phone.
Anyway,
Yeah, I couldn't figure
I
out
went
how
walking
to do
around
it on
the
my
waters.
laptop. Sorry.
You're good. That was better. Just the area. I went walking around the Waterloo area with my dad tonight, Chad, around Sugarloaf Lake, like we did with the cabin and stuff.
yeah,
A little bit tonight with my dad and my daughter, and it was neat. I could have possibly made some things out to be something else. I don't know. You know how I am.
yeah.
A lot of tree fall, a lot of different things going on, but it was a nice walk in the woods anyway. So still getting out there even without Ernie tonight. So
Yeah. Let's get to how you got into anything Bigfoot. I mean, because you were never into Bigfoot ever. How did you get into Bigfoot, Michelle?
following Ernie everywhere. Yeah, I grew up in the Waterloo area. Never really had any experiences. Maybe I just wasn't aware of my surroundings. You know how you live somewhere, whatever. Things might happen, things might not. Used to different sounds, different things going on. Just following Ernie around in the woods, and I like to explore. I like to walk in the woods. I like to hike and backpack and camp. What's wrong with that, So whether I haven't had my own personal experience, but I know he has, and I know he's not lying. He's not going to lie about what he saw, and what he's looking for. So I believe he had an experience. So it's not a bad thing to be out in the woods and nature and hiking and backpacking. I'm all about that, So let's look for it.
And hanging out with friends that are want to do the
meet
same
new guys and meet cool people and just the experience of it all. We all may have our own beliefs or what it is or what it does or or whatever. We're all out having a good time, so it is what it is. To me, I would love to see some sort of evidence or proof, but I know he saw what he saw.
You were just on the wrong side of the swamp in Waterloo last
I was on
fall.
the wrong side.
You guys, yeah, you should have been with Dave and me. Really.
So, no, it is awesome. He's gotten me out in the woods. I'd rather be out in the woods than sitting in a bar, where people aren't out in the woods or camping or hiking or You know, it's awesome. I've lived out there all my life, and he can't believe I haven't walked those trails in almost 50 years. He's like, "You've never been out on these trails?" You know?
The thing about it, and a lot of people don't understand when they laugh at us for looking for Bigfoot, even if there's times we don't find it. You pay more attention to detail. You notice more things in the woods that you never would have noticed before because you're looking for hair and footprints and things like that instead of just hiking through the woods.
Right, exactly. So I don't know. It's quite an adventure. And going out to Washington and Oregon, Ohio, and taking those trips that are really trips of a lifetime I would have never done.
How about the
You
people
know,
you've met? Like in
oh
the
my God.
that like the big time people. You've met several
Oh yeah.
big time people in the Bigfoot community, camped with them.
Oh
And
yeah. Cliff, I've met Bobo. Jeff Meldrum, shared a campsite with him. He chose us, you know, because he knew us. Um, that's pretty cool, you know, and he liked us. So, and they're all really, really nice people. So,
so is it fair to
even my
say
daughter,
that our board and team member, your Bo, is it fair to say that he spoils you?
yes, he spoils me. He's a good guy. And Chad,
Sure.
you spoil me too.
We all spoil each other. That's just the way we are.
And yes. So, and Sherry's a great person. I'm glad I met you too. So, what are your experiences around your house and area, Sherry? Do you have any experiences more so lately? There's your cat.
Well, not
It'll
in
take her a second.
Griffin, really? Griffin. Not where I'm at right now. When I lived in Gladwin, but
Okay.
on Secord Lake, that's where I had all my experiences at. There's none here. I'm in Elma. Like no.
If you want to send
You're not
Sherry
supposed
a
to say where you're
Christmas
at.
card, she's in Alma.
Yes. It's just a little bit.
Hey, our Blake's back. Hey, Blake.
Oh, I've been listening to stuff. I've just been busy doing other things, texting and stuff. But you know, you do live up in a pretty squatchy area, and Alma and stuff. It starts getting squatchy and more woods, all the way up to the UP. So, have you ever seen like wolves or anything around
Yeah,
there?
there's sighting.
Right.
No, there's a free ride right there. But there is. I've heard of a dogman sighting around here.
Really? That's a delay.
So, what do you guys both think
I
about the
hear
dog
nothing.
man?
I don't know too much about Dogman or anything about that so much. Where'd
What?
Chad? I said Chad
I-
just disappeared.
I'm here. I'm trying to. I believe this helps
went to
bandwidth. No, this helps bandwidth. I'm here.
What do you think about Dogman, Chad? I don't know too much about Dogman.
I've never seen one, but I trust in my good friend and team leader Blake that what he saw, he saw. So I take it for his word. Never really heard reports. I think a lot of it's misidentification.
What do you think about
Maybe I think you just heard your cat.
when? What do you think about when when someone says like they're just passing through to a different dimension is why they're sighted once in a while.
I think they're passing through a territory and they're not going in a different dimension. There's just, I would think a dogman would be very nomadic and move around a lot. That's just, but with the lack of evidence, severe lack of evidence for dogman compared to Bigfoot, if dogman exists, it's always on the move. I don't think it stays anywhere too long. My opinion.
Or maybe there's
Right.
only a few of them.
Yeah, I don't think they are surfing the dimensions and stuff. What I seen was pretty natural looking, and if it didn't stand up on two legs, you would have thought it was just a regular wolf. In Lower Michigan, of course, but there definitely was intelligence about it. It ran in front of the car on purpose. It looked at us. It got up. It ran on two legs. It was, it was tall, big, but it wasn't like a werewolf, or it wasn't didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles on it. It was pretty just natural looking animal that got up, ran on two legs. So it was pretty flesh and blood to me, I think.
And where was that, Blake? In Lower Michigan?
Yeah, it was Lower Michigan. Yeah, over by kind of where I live. And yeah, it could have been anywhere in Michigan, anywhere in the U.S. Honestly, it was totally unexpected. But yeah, they're real. In Michigan, we have these natural looking ones that get up and run. But I know down south they have like the Rougarou. They're more described as bulkier versions or muscle bound, and so. And Gugways, I guess, are kind of like an in between, but they're very aggressive type of a Sasquatch creature. But sometimes they have snouts. So yeah, that's.
I was walking in the
Maybe
woods
just
tonight.
another
My dad,
type of
they had
Bigfoot.
I was curious because we're walking through the woods tonight, and it was so still that my dad even commented, and he's like, I don't know how any critters would live through here. There's nothing to eat. And my daughter was like, well, there's the lake right there. And it just makes me curious right now, what is around? I mean, I took footage of, I don't know if you saw my Facebook or not, like 50 deer out behind my house the other night. Okay, so you got that, but there's like nothing stirring. I mean, no noise, no nothing in the forest tonight. It was crazy. No foliage. No
I saw your
nothing.
video.
It
was nuts.
Wasn't it sound?
Hey,
Yeah.
send it to Blake, and Blake, play it. Play it on the show. Can you do that? It is incredible. It's a short video.
Someone needs to
Yeah.
send me on Messenger.
I'll do it. I'm gonna mute. I'll do it, Michelle.
I guess I could find it too. But.
It's my video. I can't.
Well, there's a lot of animals out there. Even though when we don't hear the animals out there, they're hiding and stuff. I mean, if you like hunters, when hunters go out and stuff, there's days where there's more animal activity. There's days where it's like the area seems dry, but we always know that there's animals in the area all year round.
Right.
I think certain times, they go quiet because there's creatures in the area and they have a sense, they know, just like any other predator, when they have to hide or they're going to be a snack.
And that's true.
'Cause you're
We're coming
in
through
area.
talking and making
But-
noise.
Usually regular predators and stuff, animals don't stay as quiet throughout like the whole day or the time frame. I mean, they know the predator's there, but they still interact and they make calls. So it seems more strange that you have like Sasquatch activity with this silent. And I know your
Yeah.
dad doesn't really believe, but he must be coming around after all the shenanigans we're doing around there.
Well, we went out by Burns' cabin and everywhere else that we were, because he was interested.
Mm.
Oh, and we grew up there. And, like I told him, I said, Ernie was always astounded. We never walked those trails in Waterloo. 50 years of our lives. It's like, why didn't we take advantage of that? It's crazy now because now all that we want to do is walk those woods and just explore and, see what we see or find what we don't or do. But
Yeah.
oh, and then yeah, my dad, I don't know, Blake, if you've heard the story, did you hear my dad's story too? About him?
I'm not quite sure.
He's an avid coon hunter. He's 82. He's coon hunted with his dogs and a gun every night till 4 a.m, And then
Yeah.
about 15 years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago, probably, he was behind my house. Where was that? Ernie Cross Creek, where we went back behind where we were camping anyway. He heard the most blood curdling scream, like a woman screaming, where he left his dog and he's got a gun and he just took off and went home. He said it raised the hair on his arms and he didn't know what the hell it was. And he just got out of there. Now for us to tell him it might have been a Bigfoot, he's older. He's like, ha ha. I don't know what the hell it was. He can't even tell you what it was, but he laughs at the aspect that it could be a Bigfoot, So, and that was behind my property where we've experienced things there. So that's just curious, coming from my dad, an old farmer guy who was never afraid of anything. So with a shotgun and a dog, to leave your dog overnight and go, oh hell
Right.
no. There was something definitely going on there. So I know Ernie's interviewed him before too. So just curious,
Yeah.
Just
So
look at the history of like Bob Daigle. Val Zavala's sighting was there.
There was a woman screaming.
And you heard that too? That woman scream, Sherri?
we've heard
About 3 times in that month, and then nothing ever again. Just it's so weird, like he was passing on through.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
freaky.
actually at the camp spot we have at your house, Michelle, me, Chad, or was it? Yeah, me, James, or Chad, and Sherri and Linda actually heard something respond to when you guys and your dad went out and was stirring up the coyotes. We had a response, and it was, I don't know, I guess referred to as the crackling witch, but it was very, very unique. You remember that, Sherri? We were putting the tent away.
Yeah.
We were between you guys where the call. You guys did the call. I don't know who did the call out of the group, but we were in the middle of you guys, and whatever responded was, it was like we were in the middle of what responded in you guys. Whoever did the call, wasn't it Gabe?
It was a group of you guys that went over there, and you guys were stirring up the coyotes on your side, and then we were in the middle, and then on the other side was a response, a lone response of some type of yelling, scream type of thing. That we might have got it on audio. We just have to go through the 32 hours of audio we caught from that weekend.
I bet we got over 500 hours probably to review. No, maybe not. We have all of Nuevo to review. We've got a ton. Dude. Days.
Kevin,
I think probably
Kevin,
around.
uh,
I think probably
Kevin,
around
Kevin had an
60.
idea. He wanted to actually sleep overnight in one of those hunter blinds. You know, unknown, quiet, listening. You know, that could be pretty creepy.
Well, there's that one that's made out of the Home Depot rack out there. That's
Well, the tent
awesome.
I gave Ernie is
Repeat that, Sherri.
The tent she gave Ernie, that pop-up one.
Yep.
Tent that I gave Ernie is camouflage. Just put that in the woods.
Oh
Even
yeah,
put
that
little
would be
holes
easy
in it so
enough.
you can look.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what Kevin's idea is to sneak into
Yeah,
one
'cause
of
it's
those and spend.
right from the-
He wants to sneak up in one of those blinds and spend the whole day in there and try to get in there while we're out there distracting. He's in there, and he wants to spend the whole time in there, and at night just be able to peek out and use equipment.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's that one by the farm field where where Alex had the one jump out of the tree, and a few hundred yards from there is where Dave and I had the eyes and the silhouette. That would be a prime spot, and if he could sneak in there when they're not paying attention, he could get success. What do you think about that, Blake?
Yeah, it's possible. If we did distract him, I think it'd be very hard to know if you were successful or not, because we're obviously not watching them to see if they're watching Kevin. But I think it'd be good. I mean, might as well. But yeah, it's a great area out there. It definitely seems to have a lot of activity that's friendly-ish, I guess. I know Alex has some stories about them ripping people in half the next 2 towns over or something, but that spot particularly, they seem to like us or something. We've had rocks been thrown at us at camp. I got some audio of maybe a small tree pushed over by the tent. During the thunderstorm, we heard drumming, pounding. I thought it was Chad pounding on the car because it's raining, thunderstorming, tornado. But we heard this drumming. About an hour later, James and some other people started hearing it, and I believe Ernie said he thought he saw someone try to run away from his headlights.
Yeah, something crossed
in
Ernie's
the rain.
headlights. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did say that. And you know what?
It wasn't just a rain, man. It was like terrible, like
Yeah,
tornado
it was
warning.
intense.
It was a tornado warning, honestly. Tornado was south of us by 10 miles.
I never heard anybody say anything about drumming, which is very curious to me. So my niece and I, back in the day, we'd go to the bar, listen to our friend's band or whatever, come home and drive out back and walk through the woods, just get spooked, whatever. And we ended up running our butts back out to our car because all of a sudden I heard what sounded like Indian drumming. Way back, go down my lane, straight back to the main woods. And I looked at her and she looked at me and I said, "Did you hear that?" And she goes, "Yeah." And it was so spooky. The guys never heard it. We heard it and we just ran straight for our cars. So it's curious that you just said drumming, because I heard drumming, rhythmical drumming. And I know it wasn't just me. My niece heard the same thing. And we ran for our lives back to the car.
We could try it.
Oh my God. You're going to creep me out, Sherri. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like five
it.
thumps, basically. James heard it. James heard about it. So next time we all get together, he'll definitely tell you. It was right there at camp where we park all the cars. It was like
Got
I thought it
Indian
was like,
flute too, or Native American.
yeah, playing some music. It definitely could work. So, Sherri, out of all the places that you've been and we've all been, what has been your favorite spot?
I think Waterloo is the best, or the way up north in UP. Kind of scared with the cougar and all.
What about the wolf? I was worried about the
No
wolf.
doubt. Hey, we had Squatch
Well,
Dog to save us.
So, Blake, are you going to show our viewers what's on the
you
menu?
was gonna let us in them woods.
I cannot share that. I'd have to get the original video from Michelle,
Michelle,
or I
you
have
send
to
the original.
screen record it and do a bunch of
Michelle will
stuff that
send
way.
it.
Oh,
We want to show everybody what's on the menu for Bigfoot at Michelle's house. This is crazy. Now, have I seen more? Yes, but this is pretty nuts.
It reminded me of what I seen when I was younger at my first encounter spot at the house. But yeah, Michigan has an abundance of food and water. Water, especially. I mean, in Michigan, you're never more than 4 miles away from any water source, pond or river or creek.
That's a rarity too. 4 miles is a rarity.
Yeah, and then from even the Great Lakes, you're never more than like 100 and something miles, I believe. So plenty of water. We have a lot of deer population, a lot of turkey.
Geese. The geese are crazy.
Birds.
They're here year round too. They're always out in cornfields. Plus our agriculture, our apple orchards, our peach orchards, our pear orchards, our potatoes,
we got squashes,
our
berries,
and our corn and our soybeans. I mean, Michigan is really, because the soil and the season is so perfect. A lot of things grow great here in abundance.
Yeah, we got some good soil with good moss and stuff. I guess like down south, you guys don't have good rocks and stuff. You could like build anything, and you don't have like the mosses and stuff. So I know that you can export and stuff, get rocks from here from Michigan to do all that stuff. Anyways, that's a different subject matter. But the one thing that I always liked about Michigan is the Great Lakes, and it's always kind of been mysterious and stuff. Sasquatch has definitely been known to swim in the Great Lakes and on the river systems. I know up where you're at, you got a lot of big river systems up there, right, Sherri? And
Oh well, yeah, I'm right by the St. Louis River, but it's contaminated. But I don't know what else is around here because I've only been here for a year.
oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, we should get out there and look.
Yeah, when I go out, I don't go around here. I'm always somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. So we got a few Michigan. We got a few conferences going. Actually, you're helping out with a few, I think, right? A little bit.
Well, the West Branch
Yep.
is when is it? It's May 18th, I think. It's outside at the pavilion at the ranch, and that is
Right.
Ron Moorhead, and Janice
Yep.
Carter, and how do you say that other lady's name?
Shetan Neuer. Shetan Neuer. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Huh. She'll be back.
No, that's me.
Michelle, did you send him that video direct?
She's probably trying, and
No. She's still here?
she's if you say you're on your phone and you click on and do other stuff, you got like 20 seconds before you get kicked off, but your picture will still be on here. So, yeah, great number of speakers there at the West Branch. It's the venue actually at the West Branch. It's a town, and it's a nice little Bigfoot spot. That's how I actually met a lot of the people here in Michigan. A lot of the team members was through that. And Phil Shaw is the person who hosts that and does a really good job. He's a great researcher here in Michigan and has a lot of reports all around the area. And we're definitely going to go be there. I know I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I believe we're going to have a table set up there. And so it'll be another great event to come out and hang out with us and hang out with Phil and listen to Ron Moorhead. That'd be very interesting to pick his brain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've read a lot of his book.
And you said that is what, May 18th? I think it goes.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah, I read that it
Right.
check-in is from 8 to 9. It goes and it runs from 9 until 6. I'll be there. I'm sure Michelle and Ernie will probably be there. We Michigan Bigfooters, we try to support each other. Then there's the UP conference after our conference too. So I know of 3 conferences in Michigan. 4.
Yeah. That's
Holy cow!
August.
You want to take this, Blake? I mean, oh my gosh, there's 4 conferences in Michigan this year.
What are the 4? You got West Branch, us, you got the UP.
Yeah. You got the UP one, which is
What other one?
I can't remember. You got the there's usually 3 of them. We'll be the 4th one, I believe.
The 4.
It's the West Branch. You have the UP Upper Peninsula Conference. You have the one in Marinette or something. It's like the Wisconsin border of the UP. And then you have ours. And then you have the Dewey Lake one, Monster Conference that we do. So
Wondered when you were going to catch on to the Dewey Lake. Exactly.
The Dewey Lake Monster
Oh,
Conference
yeah.
hosted by us. And also
Free event.
The Michigan Bigfoot Conference in Ann Arbor, which we are also hosting. So it's a little bit easier access, especially if you're out of state, to go to Lower Michigan. Some of these other ones are in Northern Michigan, and they're in great spots to go squatching, but it's harder to get there. But they throw some great conferences and stuff, so we'll be going to pretty much all of them, I believe.
We'll represent at every one. We may not all go to every one, but we'll have team members at every one for sure.
You have the tickets for the UP one last year.
When is the UP one?
That's after us. That's in like what,
August
yeah.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, they I can't remember his name that he does that.
Rich Myers.
Yeah, Rich Myers. Yep, that's right. He does.
My cats are fighting.
They're coming to our conference because I know one of their speakers is Ken Gerhardt.
Right.
Ken Gerhardt, and so Ken let me know. He said, "Yeah." I told him I was speaking at your conference, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to their conference." And so, of course, we're going to return the favor, and we're going to go to the UP. Tell Ernie he's got to pay for the trip, Missy, please.
I'll put that out there to him. He's listening.
Yeah, so it's going to be awesome.
Don't go in the woods.
Well, honey.
Say that again, Sherri.
We're out in the woods up there.
In the woods up there.
Can't hear me.
Yeah, it's such a bad delay, and I know
Yeah,
we're having
forget
some
it. I
kind of
won't talk.
high winds here. No, it's okay. Well, you know what? We'll definitely have to reschedule because it always sucks when we have these technical issues.
But I'm ready to go out
It's
in the woods with you,
really
Sherri.
windy here.
Did you hear me?
Right.
I said I'm ready to go out in the
Can't
woods.
wait till the spring.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as soon as me and Chad get back, definitely going to be doing some more stuff here. Me and Chad and Dave and Josh are actually going to Florida for the Bigfoot Odyssey expedition. So when we get back, they'll be itching to go some of these spots here and do some filming, and definitely have a lot of trips planned for the summer. I know that. So it's going to be a full agenda when we get back.
I was talking to Tyler while we're gone. I was saying, hey man, what? I was asking him to get with Ernie and whoever else is available and try to do something while we're gone and get especially in this new area. We're just exploring this area. I've been out there. It's incredible. Wait until you go out there, Blake. You're going to be impressed. It's got everything we look for. It's got major power lines right there, a railroad track system right there. It's got cemeteries all around it. It's got lakes all around it. It's a preserve, no hunting's allowed on it. It's thousands and thousands of acres is where this and the deer sign and farm fields around there. This is an incredible spot just to go out for a night or two.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely interested, and can't wait to get out there. And like I said, once we get back from Florida, it's going to be pretty much going to go everywhere. And we're got some crazy, awesome new equipment to be using too. Just got a new parabolic dish. Chad special ordered from Robert Kreider, who is going to be a speaker at our event. He's a pretty well-known guy, extreme Bigfoot researcher. He's done a lot of stuff, and he makes his own Bigfooting equipment. So we just got his newest and greatest parabolic dish, mic setup, audio recorder, and getting new night vision cameras actually, and got thermals. So we're all high tech now. So
Color
pretty much
night vision.
Yeah, we're getting the Psionics night vision cameras. So it's going to be pretty sweet.
Ernie's saying drone. Need a drone.
I was telling
the drones.
I was just saying that's the next thing we need. We want one that won't crash into stuff though, and we want one that won't get lost. Like Kevin lost his. Kevin Emery, he just lost his out here, and he's looking. And I'm looking, and he's looking the wrong way, and it's above me, and I'm like pointing. It's over here, and it doesn't have any of the crash protection, and it's like a $700 drone. We don't have to have a thermal one, but I'd like to get a good $1,200 to $1,500 one that isn't going to crash into trees. It'll come all back by itself. Easy to maneuver.
Yeah, it's going to be probably $2,000, I'd say, for a good drone that you can put a thermal onto it. You can buy one of the small thermals and stuff and fit it. It just depends on the weight. But yeah, that sucks, man. It really sucks.
We could always send it to Robert Kreider and have him just fabricate a really good thermal for it. Say,
yeah, we
just
could
fabricate something, and it won't be. And he fabricates, man. This guy is incredible. Not only is he really an extreme researcher, what he's put into technology and studying it and improving products, and using components to build his own. He gets components out of other devices that people
Right.
think are no longer good.
So,
but they're-
well, you know what? Definitely, I think the way like Kara Arnold did, he had his dang it, what is it called? Anyways, he had the professional drone builders build it up and stuff, and then bought a nice thermal camera for it, and that's what he's using. He's using the Maverick Enterprise 2 or Enterprise 1 with a nice flare thermal. I can't remember what it's called, a Bose or something.
he said it's good enough to detect an alligator. And if it can detect an alligator, that's pretty good.
Well, I think you need that for Florida.
Yeah.
Just be careful out there. You got the pythons, you got the alligators and crocodiles, and
I'm bringing
was
Boris
pretty
too. And poor Boris probably won't make it back. No, he's not going in the field. He's staying at camp. So
Okay.
I will not
You
put
don't know
squash. No, yeah, he's staying at camp. I'm not going to take him out with us. I just can't leave him for 10 days. I mean, Denise,
Right.
I could get away with 2 days. 10 days, oh no. And I can't afford to board him for 10 days, and I don't trust somebody for 10 days other than a very few people. Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's just pretty high winds here. So sorry about that, guys.
I think we lost Sherri.
She'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out. I hate the.
Where are you going?
I have to get ready for work tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's no problem. No problem at all.
Thanks for
having me,
coming
and-
on.
And Blake, I did send you the video of the deer in the backfield. It's not.
We
the
have to
greatest.
show it.
It's uploading, so
It's probably only a third of what I saw before you could get your camera out, And my dad driving
Right.
50 miles an hour field. So that was like a third of the deer I saw. But I've never seen in all my years there that many deer. It was just crazy. So there's a food source there. So
It's like when we go to
good see you
camp.
guys.
There's hang on, you can't go yet. You're in 1 sec. It's like when we go to camp. There's always a food source there. Listen, Michelle is awesome. I have to tell you more about her before she leaves. She is the greatest host when we go to her properties or we go to Ernie's.
oh yeah,
Or
most definitely.
if anywhere we go, she always makes sure she. And not only does she's not just like the camp person that takes care of all of our dishes and cooks and makes sure we're all fed. She actually does go out in the field with us. And, when we wind down at night and we're all sitting around the campfire and having a couple cocktails, she's probably the funniest one of all of us. And that's the truth. That is the honest truth. Okay,
Giving away my
Michelle.
Chad.
Just telling people the truth about you. They need to know you. You're our teammate now. We've
Thanks, I like
adopted
to have
you.
guys. Who am I? Who am I, Chad?
You're Missy Boo from Waterloo.
There you go. I got my own handle now, right? Anyway, we'll talk to you guys soon. Be careful in Florida. And we'll see you soon.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to Sherri's
Upload
back.
that here. Okay.
No, yeah. It's
Yep, my
I
phone's
don't know.
no
It's,
good.
it's the weather.
Yeah, it's not working with my phone.
You actually sound a lot better right now.
Hey, Sherri,
Oh.
go sit by
Yeah.
the window and hang out. Sherri, go to the second floor, hang out the window, and hold it up there real high.
Well, I'd have to sit on the roof. It's a one-story house.
Okay, that'll
Wow.
maybe. Hey, we can hear you
Wait.
now.
What are
You're
you
just not
still
gonna
using the
see me.
phone? It takes a lot of broadband to broadcast your videos on here.
Yeah, and I'm the only one home. You
Right?
should,
See?
the wind. You should hear the wind here, though.
Oh, I hear it here. It's moving the house. I can hear it. So that's why I thought it was maybe on my end too.
Yep, my kids are in Alabama, and they said it's 60-mile-an-hour
I don't know.
winds.
We have like 40-mile-an-hour winds, so that probably has affected something somewhere. And they were gusts up higher. All this, it was almost 70 degrees today here in Michigan.
Oh,
And the winds out of the south were just like, yeah. We'll have tornadoes tomorrow, though, because that's when the bad stuff's going to get here.
no, I'm afraid of
We won't
tornadoes.
We won't have tornadoes, but it is tornado weather when it goes from a low of 15 and then within a week the highs in the 70s. That's tornado type weather.
Last night was only 30 here, and it was 60 during the day.
And you're up north. It was almost 70 here, and I'm like near the.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am in the center of the mitten. There's a sign and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really nice.
Every
So
time I pass by that sign, I say, I'm in the center of the mitten. True story.
I got a question, Sherri. I mean,
Yeah, my
tell
animals driving me nuts.
the people that are going to view this, what was your funnest experience with the Lost Cryptids? What was your funnest weekend? What did we do? Where did we go? I mean, and aside from if you got naked or something,
you get in the mud.
When you broke your ankle.
No, when I got stuck in the muck.
When you broke your ankle.
Almost, that was fun. No, that was Mary. I didn't get hurt, and I was the one in the muck.
Oh, you broke your foot falling out of the funnest one is you fall out of the Jeep and break your foot. Okay, in the UP. Yeah. And then you get stuck in the muck and I have to pull you out. Yeah. And I don't get to go squatching because I had to hang it back, but that's fine. I'd leave no man left behind or woman. And then Mary gets stuck in the muck and we pull her out and she breaks her ankle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the funnest. Why does it have to be so tragic? That was not fun.
To get the pickers out of my hair.
That was not fun.
I think Mile was pretty fun.
I wasn't there.
With the aliens and that.
Yeah.
You mean, is that the time you woke up with your tooth in your hand and didn't realize how you lost it? Was that Maya? You want to tell that story? Leaving out. Okay.
I don't know how that happened. Like,
what about
my tooth? How that happened?
What about? You don't know. The tooth fairy came and knocked it out and put it in your hand.
Knocked some sense into you.
I think so. Well, lucky. Well, at least I fell asleep with it in my hand.
You were at Deadstream, Sherri. I mean, I know you're getting up there in age, and you keep forgetting all these exciting adventures we go on. What about Deadstream?
Oh, that was a good time too.
Oh yeah, you forgot about that one. Yeah, at least nobody lost a tooth or broke a bone.
Right.
Yeah, that was a fun one though. Deadstream was fun.
You just were in the you. I think you used up all of your clothes in a couple days. They were all wet.
Yeah, my tent flooded. We got everything got wet. Yes, I was stuck. We were there for 3 days, and I was stuck with the clothes I wore because everything in my tent got drenched. I couldn't even change clothes, but it was fine. It was only 3 days. I mean, come on.
It's camping. It's a camping trip, and we're out there squatching, and we were going to the swamp.
Yeah, I didn't even have a change of socks or nothing, man. It was done.
Yeah, I slept by the campfire.
It was warm out, so it was okay.
Yeah, it was, but it was also wet out.
Always get activity. Always get activity.
What activity? Tell us now, because Blake was at this one too. I wasn't at Mayo, and Blake wasn't at the UP, but Blake was at the Deadstream with us. What kind of things do you remember that happened that seemed interesting? Let's say?
Well, I got the car slapped right next to me where I was sitting in the car during the storm.
Mhm.
Did you hear that?
Well, hello again.
I
And
just was like laughing about the Mayo trip.
Oh, yes. You're back. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to Deadstream, everybody. Michelle is back, and she's going to tell us about the Mayo trip because she was there. Go ahead, Michelle. I wasn't there, guys, so.
yeah.
I just
Would we have
remember how much fun we had.
Well, we had to spend
Mayo.
most of the time in the river because it was so hot out.
Yeah, you, me, and Sherri were just down at the river with our chairs in there. That was perfect. Perfect. That was ideal for me. And then go exploring at night and all that stuff happened. And remember all the weirdness in the sky and
It was
stuff?
really cool if we had a kayak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to
Yeah, and
some
there
sort of
Lights in the
next time.
sky.
Yes. Yeah, that was crazy stuff going on for sure.
We've decided you two, we want you to tell about everything that happened. Blake and I'm sure, are not going to say not about the lights in the sky and all the weird things. Tell the story.
Yeah, I'm really jealous that I wasn't there for all that.
Tell
Oh,
the
man.
story, and we're going to listen.
Explain it more
Well,
to me.
Michelle saw most of it. She was there for the big days.
Yeah, the whole trip was trippy. Honestly, even before you guys got there, it was creepy and watching the sky and watching this light in the sky just go across the whole sky and then
Circle, the complete circle around us.
doing complete circles around us. It was the craziest thing. And you know how skeptical Ernie is anyway about anything. That it's like, what the hell is that? It's not a satellite. It's not a plane. It was going way too fast for a plane. It was the craziest thing. What's your memory on the light in the sky, Sherri?
I only saw the one night, right? Saturday night. Nope. Yeah, Friday night too. I only had a little bit. It was just so weird. It was like they'd come down and stay there for a minute, then they leave. It was really weird.
Yeah, I'll never forget it in my life. That was crazy. So that was Mayo, right? We've been so many places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. That was the
Yeah, that
first
was
time
what was
I-
frying hot. We spent all day in the lake, river.
Yeah, and then we went out at night in the woods.
Yeah.
She lost it.
And then you woke up in the morning and you do this one. Like, and I'm not trying to laugh at you, but it's like, wow, what a trip that was. You know? Sorry. But I had to get back out because I was giggling to myself. I'm like, oh. It was such a fun time though. I'll never forget it. Just bonding with you.
Okay, so it was basically lights is all? Was there anything else besides the lights and Sherri's mysterious tooth?
There's things you know.
Yeah, we definitely be going back to that exact
we-
spot, camping again.
Oh, it was
We
cool.
did get paralleled though. Something was walking beside us in the woods. Something.
Yeah, the woods were.
Don't know what it was.
For sure.
So
it had
all
a creepy feeling there. I liked it.
all you people know, we do have fun too. We take everything serious and we pay attention to everything. We're out looking for Bigfoot, and sometimes there are lights and weird stuff that happens. We do pay attention to it.
Oh, we've
Can we
seen
explain
orbs.
it? We can't explain it, but we pay
That
attention.
doesn't mean that's
Yeah, that's why I
Bigfoot,
got-
Exactly.
Yeah,
but it's still in the
Don't
same
know.
area.
You know.
It's in the
That's
Lost
why I got an
Cryptids.
EMF detector. You never know.
It's in need of further study of correlation, but it's so far it's just the same areas that Bigfoot are in. Doesn't mean that Bigfoot's piloting the UFO or transforming to orbs.
Something
But
completely different for sure, I think. But
Right.
I think it's the areas. Something about like especially the dead stream is the area is just mysterious and has a lot of stuff going on.
oh yeah, if you want to experience something,
Yeah,
you'll
Deadstream, that
experience
has a really
Okay,
spooky
we're getting back to
feeling.
Deadstream. Have you been up there, Michelle?
And that's
Because
where
you
you
weren't
guys-
there with us.
Oh, I was a mile.
No.
No,
Where's
that-
Deadstream at?
it's in Roscommon County. It's
She's
one of
still a mile.
Bill Soward's areas.
Okay, no, I haven't.
That's a freaky area too.
All right, tell us about Deadstream.
Orbs, structures, squatch dog freaking out,
Dog man.
almost breaking Blake's arm because he refused to go in the swamp any further and would not follow even me. No
I wouldn't
matter
say
what
he's breaking my arm, but I definitely have on video spinning around and doing some weird stuff.
And he would not
Um,
listen to me. He would not follow us in. He was like, "No, I'm not going any
He was
further."
petrified.
A lot of weird stuff there.
Yeah. that had
That's
creepy
Yeah,
where
it's-
Sarah lives. Sarah,
Sarah
the
the
female
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
We got audio of screams in the middle of the swamp. Screams that were not wolves or anything. Got a hair. Actually, we like I said, I seen orbs. I thought I seen a Sasquatch run behind a tree. It was very fast, and when I sent James to go busting in the woods right there, I didn't see nothing run or anything, and we walked to the spot and some impressions on the ground, but again, nothing to say. Yeah, it was a 100% real Bigfoot, but the whole area up there is just very awesome, and there's missing people. We actually went to the exact spot where they went missing, very 411 style missing.
Went in,
Oh.
never saw again, never found.
Yeah.
Just gone.
I don't get left alone. I get lost.
Some people have never been found. Some have.
Just west of Houghton Lake, right there.
That's about where we're talking, pretty much. That's
okay,
it.
my niece has a cabin like a half an hour west of Houghton Lake. And there's been a lot of missing people.
Wait, you have a cabin you haven't told us about?
No, my niece does.
Oh.
A half an hour west of Houghton Lake.
What?
And there's been a lot of missing people in that area in the last couple of
Yeah,
years.
there's a lot. There's a ton. It's a cluster, I would say.
Well,
And then all of a sudden they found this missing couple.
where I had
This
my
couple.
sighting,
Yeah.
Yeah, the missing couple.
Oh, did you hear about
where I had
that?
my sighting, all that woods. Goes
Yeah,
right
that's
through Houghton
we
Lake,
we
woods
literally
up
went
there.
to where their truck was at, where they went missing. We were about 200 yards from where their bodies are found.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden their bodies are found like in like inches of swamp water. Like what? Did you hear that?
Yeah,
they're
they
found.
searched the whole area right there multiple times.
Right.
Right?
Does that make
Right,
any
Blake?
sense?
They like before the winter, that area was thoroughly searched, right, Blake? And then they found them after the winter.
Yeah, so my niece's cabin's like a couple miles from there. And they had helicopters, they had people searching and searching and searching, and that does not make any sense how they were found like they were, or why in the wintertime like they were found. Why would you be in the swamp, like that? That's crazy.
Like they were cuddled together or something, right? Like they were snuggled together.
Yeah, something
They
weird.
They were in the fetal position next to each other on behind a log or something. Or
Yeah.
the local story is the cadaver dogs, the locals who ran the dogs, tracking dogs and cadaver dogs, said that they searched that area dozens of times and they weren't there. And then all of a sudden they showed up after winter melted away. They just showed up and
odd there for sure. That's a very odd area. Even camping there or cabin and stuff. It's just there's
It's yeah.
cabin there. It's very just an odd area. You know, you just a sense.
It's a place that I would recommend no one to go who's not experienced in the outdoors or Sasquatch or anything. It's not for inexperienced people. You could get lost. There's several 100-pound bears there. There's reports of dogmen up there. There's a lot of missing people though, which is kind of scary because it's like every few years someone goes missing.
They never go alone. It's like hunters in that area. If they go into this swamp in areas, they shouldn't be alone. They really shouldn't.
Right. She even rode the trail from her cabin to West Branch to come to one of our conferences. Probably 3 years ago. Anyway, just by the trails. You know, it took her a few hours or whatever. But
Yeah.
so that was,
Yeah, all those woods are connected.
Yeah, you can ride 2 tracks. Basically, it's enough for a car to get on, but used by like ATVs and stuff. You can go all across the state and up north, and I would not want to break down in the middle of nowhere.
right. Exactly. So, and then there was also a couple guys, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, a couple guys out hunting or out trail riding or whatever. Something happened too where they broke down out there where that couple was found or out in that vicinity. And the one guy was going to stay with the vehicle and the one guy was going to walk back to whatever town is nearest there or whatever to find help.
Activity.
And he got back and his buddy was missing. So I don't think they found that guy. So that, I mean, and that could be sketchy. That could be, oh, I killed my friend and he's gone, or who knows? You know, or whatever happened with that situation. But yeah, there's something going on there for.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It definitely got a place that we're actually going to expand our research and actually got an extreme camp out. Let's say we're going to be able to do that's going to be involving a lot of things. But that's for this summer. But we're definitely going to be having a regular camp out there again, where everyone, including an RV, could fit.
We'll probably have a regular camp out when we do this. Just the few of us that are going to do the extreme thing will take off from the camp.
Yeah, that's most likely, yeah.
But Lockbeard had a thing where he said several 100-pound bears, so lunch provided. Copy that. You want to talk about some of the trails that you came across out there that were not deer trails you want to explain that?
Yeah, real quick before we have to I gotta shut the show down. I gotta wash my little squatches. But there are black bears taken out of there that are over 500 pounds regularly. I believe they say there's some 700 plus pounders in there, and they eat each other, and they are eating the deer that are in there. But yeah, they're massive. I mean, these trails around these berry bushes and through the swamp. I mean, it looked like a car went through it. It was kind of intimidating because you have these bear paths, and it was like huge. Most black bear here in Michigan, that a 300-pounder, 400-pounder, that's pretty big. But this particular spot and some other spots in Michigan, they get 500 plus pounds, and they get massive, and they're not on the farm fed. So
They're swamp bears.
yes, but yeah, it's one of the highest concentration in here in Michigan is some of these spots. But anyways, that'll be it. That's about a show for tonight, guys. I can't go any longer, but we'll have a show on tomorrow. It's going to be more of a conspiracy oriented 1, and whatever else comes about.
Yeah, who's the
But,
guest tomorrow?
I just forgot his name.
I can tell you who the co-hosts are. It's going to be Blake's the host. It's going to be myself, Val, and Dave. People
Phil?
with yeah, and
Not me.
yes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we're bringing in minded people that are aware of conspiracy and stuff, and that have worked for the government are going to be co-hosting with us on the show.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different stuff, but all stuff that's kind of cool and I'm interested in. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that. And then maybe we'll pop on again for the weekend.
9 or 10.
I think I
Val
said
likes
9.
his sleep 9:05.
Yeah,
Val
9:05 we start.
Val's he likes his sleep. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll pop in a show this weekend or something. It'll probably be random, but we might have a guest, we might not. And we'll talk more about the dead stream. We'll talk more about the conferences stuff. We should be dropping a new flyer and announcing 2 new speakers. And so that's really going to rock you guys. But anyways, it's been a great show. We'll have you back on again, Sherri. And Michelle, too.
Laptop next time.
Yeah, when I
Sherri,
can figure
you're
out my
fine.
laptop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't wait
it's
till
okay.
your kids
It
get
happens.
home. Okay.
Well, anyways, guys, thanks you for watching another live show. And hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of the night. And we will see you guys a little later.
Have a good night. How do I get off?
No, he's still here.
Thank you.